everyone, welcome to my first Battalion 1944 development kit stream. So I just wanted to show you guys a little, give you guys a little some tips to how to create your own landscape and how to use the Battalion development kit landscape material that you can find in the contents. So I saw a lot of you guys commented about how that you couldn't use the material, or you just got a green reflective surface when applying it. Yeah, that happens, but the thing is you need to also do a couple of steps to set it up. So I'll quickly show you how to do that. So when you download and open up the development kit, you're gonna be prompted with this screen right here. So if you haven't created a mod or a map yet, you need to do that first. So you can just call this landscape material tutorial. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. And I don't want to show on startup anymore. So yeah, create your mod. Then I'm just gonna quickly sort this. Then you need to go and find your mod folder. If you don't have this open, it's the little arrow on the left here next to filters under add new. Press that and you will get the list. So now open the new mod folder you created. Go to maps, then open the map. Of course, you're gonna be prompted with this example map first, but what you could do it depends if you're, first of all, I would recommend you guys to quickly like experiment a little with this and get to know how to set up the spawns, right? So you can do that on any level you want later on. So follow the tutorials that the developers have made, and yeah, so you get familiar with how to set up the game modes and all that stuff later on, just so you're not have to be depending on this map here anymore, right? So what you could do first off, you could leave it. There's no, shouldn't see a problem with that. Or you know what, I'm not gonna say, because this is still this development kit is still new to me. I have been using a development kit called Squad SDK for a couple of years. So. But yeah, just go ahead and delete everything. Except the landscape, of course. Yes, no, yes, everything. Ladders, nav points, everything. Yeah, there's no landscape, so there shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so now we have this map only. I'm gonna save it. So when everything is deleted, you don't have anything else than the level file, the world left. You can go with landscape. It's up in the left corner. It's the mountain icon there. Press it and make sure you're on create new. Right? You could also import height maps, but I will leave that for another time. first off, now we're going to use the create new function. Function the new create new tab. And now we need to select the size of our landscape, right? So let's say this is 500. Yeah, is it meters or centimeters? Well, usually when I work with height maps and stuff, when we use the resolutions, it's like either 1 by 1, 2 by 2, or yeah, 4 by 4, 8 by 8. So let's say we want to make a 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer landscape. Then I would recommend you to put it first on 127 quads. Set it to 2 by 2. And already you can see we have a 2 by 2 kilometer landscape, right? It's gonna be pretty large. But since 2 by 2 could be a little bit big, or yeah, you could stick with 2 by 2. So it's 2033 by 2033. But I'm gonna make it mine 1009 by 1009. So I will have to figure out it's not gonna, well, you know what, leave it. I'm gonna leave it at 2033 by 2033. Could still use a lot of it on the outside here as a just a background, so it's not gonna be playable. You can just add some, I don't know, vegetation or whatever you want. Okay, so what I also want to do first, before create a map, I usually go and look up the material first. So go to one of the content browsers you have, doesn't matter which. Okay, so go to content and then go to filters. Then select, go to the material tab down here, material and textures, and select only material and material instance. Right, then we can search for landscape. Now we're gonna get two materials right here, right? So select both of them, press Ctrl C or Control copy. Or you could do as he showed in the tutorial. You can just open the folder tab here, not click on the folders, because then you're going to be moved over to it. Just open the tabs, the small arrows, right? But I don't like to do it like that, so I just select them, press Ctrl C for Control copy. Then I open up my folder where I want to copy the stuff. I go to maps in my mod folder, which we created. Then I create a new folder and I call that landscape mat. I open it, press Ctrl V, pasting it in. Now I'm gonna have two materials here. So the first thing we want to do, or yeah, maybe not. Yeah, I will leave that for later. But yeah, when you have this is the material master instance, master trench instance. This is an instance of the master material right here. So you don't want to use this master, you want to always use the instance, because in the instance you have a lot of settings, a lot of parameters and stuff you can change later on when you have the material applied. So always use the instance if you have an instance. If not, you can right click and create an instance. If the material is set up with parameters and stuff, you could edit those parameters only in the instance. So take your instance, select it, drag it over to the material section, and then you will get something here called layers. Open up that tab here and start pressing the plus buttons on all of them. So we're gonna add layer information to all the layers. That's like the first thing we need to do. And if you already have a landscape and you just followed on adding this instance now to your landscape, this is what you're gonna see in your paint tool, like the same. It's gonna say none on all, and you're gonna have that plus icon white. It's not gonna be grayed out. So if it's not grayed out and if it looks like this, just press plus and create a weight blended layer for all of them, right? Then you can start painting. So what I'm gonna do first, create a weight blended layer. Press OK because it's gonna save in the map in the mods folder. So it's good. Okay. So yeah, when you have that done, it's more or less what you need to do. We could just press create right now, but first off I just want to show you guys something very quick that is also something I will show you in another tutorial when I'm gonna show you how to import a height map, elevation data, and you could create a Battalion for 1944 map out of a real location if you want to. You could even use a satellite image as a texture, so at least if you want to make some nice camera, have a camera view or something for let's say when the game starts or something, you can have like a camera view from really far up, and all that the players will see is like you will see your map with a satellite image as textures on it, and it's gonna look really realistic. Could, if you know what you're doing. And I'm not an expert on that, but I think it's fun to experiment with. But yeah, like, okay, now it's not possible here. I haven't seen that before, but of course, but I need to import it from a file, then I can do that. So I will show you that also in another tutorial. So create. It's gonna take some time. No, we didn't. Yeah, I did actually. So now, when you have created your landscape, you can go over to the tab right here if you don't have a light set up already. I usually don't do that to begin with because I think it's best to work in unlit mode until I know that all my textures and all the colors are in the same I have the same type brightness and contrast, so I don't have one texture that is a lot darker than another, and even make sure to use unlit mode a lot when you have almost finished the level as well, so you can see that you don't have any issues with any textures or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna just start off in unlit, and as you can see, here's the landscape, and yeah, it's just grayed out, right? So I'm gonna quickly just add a light to show you that if you guys probably see something like this. Or not, you don't, because I added the layers already. Damn. Okay, yeah, you will probably just see something that is really reflected and ugly, right? So when you have that landscape instance on, you will be able to go over to the landscape tab again and to paint, and here you will have all the layers. You would probably just see none right here if you haven't set up the layers, so there wouldn't be any layer information here, just said none. So that's where you go and press the create layer info button on all of them, and then you will end up with this layer painted all over the landscape first. So what we want to do also here inside the instance, first I want to look and see if I can find, yeah, tiling. Okay, so I could tile the mud and soil 2. It's this one. You can make it larger, smaller, right? But that doesn't work very good on the distance. So what we could also do is open the master material here. You just go select the landscape, go down here to your material instance, open it, scroll all the way down and open up the parent. It's gonna be the master. Okay, and then we have a tiling for each and every one, and what I want to try to tile these based on the distance of the camera or the player's distance. So I'm just gonna quickly make some more space. We're gonna need more nodes and stuff in here. So okay, let's see if I just remember this. Let's see, first of all I need a lerp, so you can hold L for Lima and press, and you get a lerp. So you get one for each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12? Are you kidding me? 12? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm just gonna quickly align the lerps. To sort it. Sorry guys, it's better off to sort stuff so you know that you have enough space and that you don't get confused with all the different nodes and stuff, because it could quickly end up being a lot of stuff. So. Okay. Oh, come on. Yep, like that. Then we got this, this. Now leave the lerps over here, over here for now. I'm gonna hook them up later, so. Okay. Let's see then. I have to see if I remember this correctly. Was it? I almost want to go ahead and cheat a little bit, open up another material, but I don't have it in this. I had set up I customized a material in the squad SDK. But I don't know if my computer can handle opening up 2 of them, but I think I will do that as I go, just in case, because I don't quite remember. Don't quite remember how to set up the beginning of it. And also this is used this material is set up used by functions. All of these are material functions. So if you open up all those different layers, they're gonna have the textures and the setup in here, right? So they also use Parallax occlusion mapping. Yeah, this is a very good material. One of the better materials I've seen so far. And I like this. They even hooked up the world displacement here, so it's a nice displaced tessellated material. But it shouldn't matter. You should be able to tile it up anyway. I don't think the tiling was set up in here, or no. It's just layer coordinates. Yeah. No, looks like they're tiling here. So I think at least we need the world. I think it's the camera position. Because what we want to do is lerp these 2 tilings based on a value that we set from the player, the camera, like the player's camera, to a certain distance, and then it's gonna start tiling again. Let's say we had, let's say 50 meters or 25 meters. So 250 units or something, centimeters. Then it's gonna tile even larger. So you will see like a transition from the tiling that you will see when you're just looking down the ground around you. It's gonna get smaller and smaller, and then it's not just gonna tile up again, and you're gonna see more color instead of that. Instead of this, right? It could look something more like this all over. Get bigger and bigger, more. Because now you see all the tilings. It doesn't look. You can see the lines. What we want to do then, just get rid of those lines and stuff. But if you don't want to sit around way too long just for this, I will still just show you. Here is where you paint, right? So go ahead and add some where is it? Yeah, I think it was sand. So I could fill the whole world with sand first. Right click and fill, and the whole landscape will be covered with this texture. Like this. So, and you can go ahead and add whatever you want. Puddles, grass, mud. And you have the sculpting tool. You have a different kind of sculpt tools. You can flatten, you can smooth, create a ramp, or use the erosion. Erosion is kind of nice to use on flat areas just to get some variation. So set the brush size up a little bit, down with the strength, and then just start painting. And you can also go ahead and reduce the number of irritations, no, I mean increase, and reduce the noise scale a little, and set noise mode to both. So it's gonna go both rise and lower the landscape. You can just go ahead and make it even larger. Just do some, make some erosion, add some erosion around just an area like that. Okay. Actually looks like there's some issue with the landscape, to be honest. But I think this size and stuff will run better. But you could set up the landscape with better component sizes and stuff, so you will have a much smoother and much more tessellation on it. So but yeah, this is how you set up the material. So you can paint with it, use it as you want. But yeah, let's see if the other end is up. Yep. So I want to go in here. Yeah, now I'm gonna show you a material that doesn't use its functions. This is what you're gonna end up with. Okay, but yeah, anyway, I want this. This stuff is what I want. Isn't it? No, wait. No, this. It's the stuff that I want. Let's see. So the far tiling goes directly into there and into that one. Okay, yeah, so that's why I needed two textures. That's the close. those are gonna lerp. So the close is A, of course, and the far is B in the lerp. Okay. Let's see if this works. So I guess actually it should be done inside each function instead. Or if I lerp into this and say that A, B, no, because no, the lerp should be here, right? So if I test I think we need 2 lerps, and I need to make another version of this. So if I comment on this one and call it close, oops, didn't mean to open that. Press the note and press C, Charlie, you get the comments, and I can call this far. Just gonna test. I hope that I'm not sure if this is gonna work or not, but and I can hook up that one into here as well. I think, yeah. Okay, then first off, this layer is that one, so I will change this one for close to A. Nah, don't tell me you don't want to lerp. No, we won't. Okay, so that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work at all. So I don't think you need those. Don't need those. I think I actually need to go into the material function itself and do everything in here. So this is the albedo. Okay, this is the orange. This one. Wait. Let's use some parallax UVs. Oof. Well, forget it. I don't want to touch that so too much. I don't think it's that important anyway, but yeah, that's how you set up the landscape material. So you can just start painting whatever layer you want, wherever you want. But there was just one thing I wanted to show you also as well. There's some content in here that doesn't work, like the hedgerows. Yeah, like these ones. So if they don't work for you, this is how they should look. If they don't work for you, then open up the material. Okay. Then you will have to go down to the parent, the foliage alpha. And now it's gonna say that there is some issues here, right? So you could double click that error, and then you will be, it probably send you to either this or this texture. And one of them will be missing a texture in here. So what you could do, just search up the default texture or base. Shouldn't actually matter. Go in here, you can search up base. Nah, they didn't have that base. Okay, but yeah, just use search for default. Are you kidding me? Okay, press clear, and then I'm gonna press clear. And then I'm gonna guide you to it. So this is what probably gonna be the issue, right? So you should be able to. Okay, no, never mind. But yeah, it's gonna be a red error on the texture that's missing. So you will see something like this. What I did, what you could also could do, just go ahead and grab one of the others. So this one is in engine content, and there's probably no access to that in here, but yeah, okay. So go to view down here, of course, on the little eye view options, open it and select show engine content. Okay, and then go to the one that's missing a texture and search for default. So now you can find the default diffuse or the default texture. Use this one without any textures, just green. I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna add it here as well, like that. So now the error is gone. On the stats there's no errors, so you can go ahead and save. It's gonna take a little time to save, I think. Yeah, so then your hedgerow material should work more or less. There's no, I think it's weird there's no inside in here, but well, yeah, that's at least how I got mine to work. Now the blueprints here should work as well. Yeah, okay, there you go. Now I see how to use them. So just take one of the normal edges and hold Alt, or you can right click and duplicate, I think, isn't it? No. Well, I normally just hold Alt and drag it, so I will have a duplicate. And then I can replace that mesh with this, and then again duplicate it and replace with the other one, like this, and now we have a bush, or a hedgerow bush. Okay, I don't know if there was any more errors with any files, but if you have an issue finding any assets or meshes or whatever, just go all the way back to the content folder, filters, and search add static meshes. And now you can just browse through everything here. All you can find, all that's available is now going to be, at least for the meshes. There's also a lot of blueprints in here, so if you want all of those as well, go to filters and check the blueprints. Blueprint class. Okay, now you're gonna have all these blueprints as well. So you got a church, a full church. Or you can build it yourself out of modular pieces. Pretty sure if you just place out one of them, make a copy of it, add that one, make a copy of that one as well, and add this one, make a copy of that one, add this one, make a copy of that one, add this one. It's almost gonna build up itself. See? But yeah, I think that was it. Became even longer than I wanted to, but if there's gonna be any grass, okay, yeah, before I go, I just need to have a look and see if there's any grass. Okay, there's one, and it doesn't work, or yeah, there's no parent material in here. That was too bad. Foliage alpha. Let's see if that one works for the. So open up the hedge, the one we had just fixed, showed you, and take the parent, the foliage alpha. I copy it. And then go back to the instance for grass, press here the none here and add paste. Let's see if it works. I'm not sure, but nah, I did. So that's not the same. It should be. Another. Okay, maybe we can fix it like this. Okay. Yeah, more or less. It's at least looks like something you can replace later on. Well, I can quickly show you something else. So if you go back to the material, the instance for the landscape material instance, open it, scroll down, open up the parent, the master material. Okay, and then what I want you to do is, anywhere doesn't actually matter, but right click and type grass tool. What? Yeah, okay, grass. Then you can select choose the landscape grass output. Okay, so just place it out here. You can press it once or 2 times, it doesn't matter, but I'm just gonna use 1 for now. So I open up that one, and now you see it's empty. Alright, What you want to do then is go back to the material, to the paint section, and then we want to use remember the name here. Okay, so this output is going to be named THTER_ mud soil grass. So now we're gonna connect it to this layer, okay, like that. And then I'm gonna go and grab a sample. So I want a texture sample down there. No, oh, I just fucked it up again. Wait, sample, isn't it? Hold on. It's a layer sample, of course, not texture. So I'm just gonna close that and go layer, landscape layer sample. That, there we have it. So create one of those, hook it up to the output, the grass output. Okay, and then go to your content or mod content folder. Okay, just go to maps. I can go to my landscape material folder as well, and then create a new folder and call it grass 2. Open it, right click again, and go down to miscellaneous, and you will find something called landscape grass type. Select it, then just name it grass. I'm gonna open up that one. I'm gonna add 3 textures, no, meshes, sorry. And I will place the first one. I don't know, we can try 25, can try 50 on that one, and then 25 or 15. And this one I want a little bit higher, those a little bit smaller, patches of grass like that, some variation, and these ones just a little bit smaller as well, and a little higher. Okay, and now need to go over to the grass and open the, so you can see the mesh grass v3 version 3. Select it and drag it in to all of these slots right here. Press save, close it, and then go back to your where you created the landscape grass type. Select it and drag it in here. Then save. Now it's gonna compile the material. But when that's done, you're gonna see some magic. At least for those of you who don't know about this from before. And of course this works with any assets or any grass or any foliage you want, except trees. Don't ever use this for trees, because then your trees will have no collision. This only works for very small foliage like grass and flowers and some bushes that you don't want to have collision on. If you want to have bushes that players cannot walk through, you need to use another tool, either the procedural foliage tool or add it by hand through the foliage painter. Just gonna let it compile, see if anything happens and how it looks. sometimes stuff can take a little bit of time to compile, especially when you add some new futures. But it's only gonna take a very long time, once or twice or something. But yeah. Anyway, I don't actually know what the fuck happened, but. Must be that the layer name was wrong. Because now it should have been painted, it should have added that grass procedure automatically. Do not know why it did. Because I forgot to add the name to the sample. Oh, Jesus, my fault. Sorry. So just copy the name and add it into the sample node as well, and then save again. Holy shit. Sometimes it's best to like double check stuff, especially for me sometimes. Yeah, so now it's just gonna compile again. So I'll just quickly, I'll be right back. So yeah, now it looks better. So if you do it like this, you won't have to manually go and paint grass all over the grassy areas. You can just add all the type of foliages you want. So if you want grass or some flowers or clovers or whatever, just add all of that into this layer right here. Play around with the density. You could also play around with the jittering, like if you set this to 0, they're gonna just go on a line all over. Very nice if you are making crop fields and stuff, and you want a cornfield or wherever. You don't want to spend time on creating these rows, these sections out of different materials, then painting by hand and all that stuff. You can just quickly make a large field, paint it, and then yeah, of course, if you use 2 textures, you can paint some lines down the field with a texture that you want to use for this. So if you add all your crops to that in a landscape tool like this, and use that specified all of these foliages for that layer, it's gonna automatically paint those beautifully in a row. You can also play with the jitter as well. So yeah, that probably most of it wraps everything up. Hope it was any help for you, especially for you to begin using the landscape material and creating something cool. Like, yeah, you can create large landscapes, just flat ones, then go ahead and sculpt them. So you can create whatever you want, like puzzles and yeah, whatever. And you also have a possibility to create bunkers if you have any assets and stuff to do that also, of course. But you use the sculpt under landscapes, sculpt. Instead of the sculpt, you go all the way down here to visibility, and then you can just start painting holes. It's already set up in the material. So yeah, that was it. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will be adding some more another tutorial very soon, hopefully. But that will probably be more on how you can import landscapes and create a level based on a elevation map or a height map, and maybe add some masks to the layers so you can automatically paint something. But what the fuck happened here? Yeah, okay, yeah, so now the hole is here. Good. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will get back to you soon. Yeah, bye.